Considered to be the outcast of the kaiju world, Godzilla, or Zilla, has been fighting and clawing its way into a respectable position amongst its monster peers for the better part of the last 25 years. And in this epic story, the beast may have finally earned its place by the big G-Man's side. Godzilla Rulers of the Earth is a massive comic series placed in the heart of the Godzilla long-lasting legacy. Created by the likes of Chris Mowry and artist Matt Frank, aligned with the help of their team, this story places Godzilla against all odds in a flat-out alien invasion. I made a video on this series a while back, which focused on how Godzilla and Zilla did not get off on good terms earlier on during the series. But this chapter takes place near the end of Rulers of the Earth, where all the monsters alike will be forced to join together in battle if they wish to survive. After their early battle, Zilla was spotted off the coast of Monster Island, the place where the monsters of this universe call home. He was seen swimming back and forth, as it was assumed he had yet to earn his place on the island. Real quick, some of you residents may be needing a last-minute Christmas or holiday gift, or you just want to treat yourself. So if you happen to be in the Illinois area of the states, this special pop-up kaiju event is the go-to place for any monster collectibles you or your special person could ever want. Taking place on December 18th and 19th of this year, obviously, at the Space Golf venue in Orland Park, Illinois. This could be your last chance at getting this special kaiju figure or piece of art. So I'll make sure and add a link down below if you wish to find out more. Now let's get back to the meat of the video. Will Zilla succeed, and will he and the other monsters of Monster Island join the battle and aid the big guy? Let's find out.
Times have been few that Godzilla has felt outmatched, overpowered, alone. An attempt to reconnect, to reach out, fails miserably.
Godzilla is fighting heroically, but when it's won against an entire army, there is little even a king can do. But then, Kiryu and Mogera join the fight. Will Godzilla, along with the aid of his robotic allies, be able to hold off this threat? At first, their aid makes a difference, but it's only a matter of time before the alien invaders gang up on both of the mechs, using fire and ice. They make quick work of Kiryu, knocking it to the ground. Things aren't going much differently for Mogera either, and just like that, Godzilla is yet again left alone, fighting against all odds. Just when it couldn't get any worse, the alien invaders unleashed their ultimate weapon, the hybrid freak. A mixture of Godzilla and God knows what else is unleashed upon the battlefield. In the midst of the chaos, Jet Jaguar also showed up on the battlefield to attempt to aid Godzilla, but it's hard to help when the hybrid freak targets you out of the crowd, striking Jet Jaguar directly in the chest. The living machine crumbles to its knees and prepares to meet its fate, but then suddenly, Zilla unleashes onto the battlefield, roaring and with his mouth wide open. With Godzilla now in the battle, Jet Jaguar is able to leave to fight for some other cause in this giant battle. And for the G-Man, well, he continues doing what he does best, kicking ass.
As the battle rages on, the tide has turned. Earth's monsters are winning. But as in any battle of good versus evil, the struggle never ends. As in all battles, momentum can change. The tides of war shift in ebbs and flows. But when that tide changes to a positive one for either side, it's usually heralded with a battle cry.
As the kaiju continue the fight on ground, the whereabouts of Jet Jaguar is discovered. Turns out when Zilla came to go take on the mothership, Gigan meets Jet, and they have an epic face-off. Back on the ground, an explosion goes off. Here comes the rest of the monsters to aid in the battle against the alien invasion, to help Godzilla, Zilla, and everyone else survive. Godzilla is handling most of the attack, taking on the largest and most powerful of the invasion. For a split second, an alien invading monster thought it had the jump on Godzilla, Right before the monsters striked, Zilla bursts onto the scene and chomps down right on the alien's throat, surprising Godzilla, his old rival, putting himself in danger to save him. Maybe Zilla is not so bad after all. Zilla lashes down on the throat of the alien, ripping the life right out of it. This starts a chain reaction in the other kaiju to unleash ultimate and brutal pain upon these hellish invaders. The new monster that enters the battle is like nothing ever seen before. It towers over all the monsters, its head larger than every single one of them. And then in an instant it strikes, sending Godzilla and the monsters into a crazed panic. Every attack they shoot at the threat does nothing. Even Godzilla tries his mighty atomic blast, and it does nothing but deflect off the new threat, as Godzilla, Zilla, and the rest of the kaiju battle this monstrosity. Jet Jaguar is still on the mothership duking it out with Gigan. Eventually, Jet wins, and causes a catastrophe to happen upon the ship. In a matter of mere moments, the ship beelines down towards the surface, exploding directly on top of the massive battle happening. Once the smoke clears, the only kaiju left standing is the king. The explosion channeled a fire in Godzilla's heart. He knew now was the time to strike, so the king of the monsters unleashes his spiral atomic blast directly into the face of the big monster bitch. The behemoth attempts to crush Godzilla with its mighty claw, but with his newfound strength and power, he catches the claw above his head, stopping all the momentum and power from a creature hundreds of times his size. It's time to unleash his ultimate weapon, the atomic pulse. This obliterates the big monster bitch, and the battle is done. The invasion stopped. In classic fashion, Godzilla casually walks out to the ocean. The rest of the monsters watch him, deciding what they should do. Then, as a single-fied unit, including now Zilla, the monsters all make their way back to Monster Island. Zilla didn't single-handedly save Godzilla's life, but if he didn't show onto the battlefield when he did, who knows if Jet Jaguar would have been able to destroy the mothership and turn the tide of war. Zilla proved himself. Now will he prove himself to you? That's the question I want all of you residents to decide. Do you think Zilla finally has his place in the upper echelon of kaiju? Alright residents, so I hope you enjoyed that. Godzilla Rulers of the Earth is one of the better comic series out there in the Godzilla world, so make sure to go find a copy for your own if you wish to see a more detailed version of the story. If you really love Godzilla and all his monster buddies, there's no reason why you shouldn't at least try to check it out. For more monster comic videos like this, you guys know what to do. Comment, share the video around, like it, do all that YouTube stuff to help spread the word. Don't forget about the Kaiju Days setup that's happening this 18th and 19th. If you're around that area, this really could be the perfect time for you to go and get that awesome Kaiju collectible and say hi to my buddy Nate. Tell him Dangerville sent you and maybe he'll work a deal for you. I hope you're all having a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you in the next one.